Benjamin Netanyahu, a prominent figure in Israeli politics, has had a long and impactful career in leadership. Born on October 21, 1949, in Tel Aviv, Israel, he has served as the Prime Minister of Israel multiple times, making a significant mark on the country's history and international relations. This biography delves into his life, exploring his early years, his political journey, leadership style, and the key events that have defined his career. Early life and education. Benjamin Netanyahu was born in Tel Aviv, Israel, as the middle child of Tzila and Benjamin Netanyahu. His father, Benjamin Netanyahu, was a prominent historian and a staunch Zionist, instilling in young Benjamin a deep connection to Israel's history and a strong commitment to the Zionist cause. This early influence played a crucial role in shaping Benjamin's political career. As a teenager, Netanyahu's family moved to the United States when his father took a teaching position at Odyssey College in Philadelphia. This experience exposed him to American culture and politics, which would later influence his diplomatic approach and understanding of U.S.-Israeli relations. Netanyahu attended high school in the United States and, upon returning to Israel, served in the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) as part of the elite Sayeret Matkal unit. His military service honed his leadership skills and provided a foundation for his later political career. After his military service, Netanyahu attended the Massachusetts Institute of Technology (MIT), where he earned a bachelor's degree in architecture and a master's degree in business administration. This educational background equipped him with a unique perspective and analytical thinking, valuable assets for his future role as a political leader. Entry into politics. Benjamin Netanyahu's entry into politics came as no surprise, given his family's strong ties to the Zionist movement. His older brother, Yonatan Netanyahu, was a hero of the Entebbe raid in 1976, where he lost his life while saving hostages in Uganda. This family history of dedication to Israel's security and survival deeply influenced Benjamin's path. In the early 1980s, Netanyahu began his political career by serving as an economic consultant and diplomat. He worked at the Boston Consulting Group and the Israeli Embassy in Washington, D.C., which allowed him to build connections with influential figures and gain insights into the complexities of international diplomacy. In 1988, he was appointed as Israel's Deputy Chief of Mission in Washington, D.C., which marked the beginning of his ascent in the diplomatic and political arena. During this time, he gained experience in handling U.S.-Israeli relations, an essential skill for future negotiations. Likud Party and rise to prominence. Netanyahu's political career took a significant turn when he joined the Likud Party, a right-wing political faction in Israel. His charisma, intelligence, and sharp speaking skills quickly made him a rising star within the party. His close association with the United States due to his time spent in Washington made him a valuable asset for the Likud Party, which was focused on building strong ties with the United States. In 1991, Netanyahu was elected to the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, as a member of the Likud Party. His time in the Knesset allowed him to establish his reputation as a skilled and assertive politician, particularly on security and foreign policy issues. Netanyahu's ascent to political prominence continued as he was appointed Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and then Minister of Foreign Affairs under Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir. During his tenure, he gained recognition for his tough stance on issues such as countering terrorism and opposing the Oslo Accords, a series of agreements between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization (PLO). First term as Prime Minister. In 1996, Benjamin Netanyahu achieved his long-held ambition of becoming Israel's prime minister. Running on a platform of security and a tougher approach to the peace process, he won a close and contentious election against incumbent Shimon Peres. His first term as prime minister was marked by several key events and policies. Security concerns. Netanyahu faced numerous security challenges during his tenure, including a wave of suicide bombings and terrorist attacks. His government implemented stricter security measures and took a tough stance against terrorism. The Wye River Memorandum. Netanyahu's government signed the Wye River Memorandum in 1998, a land for peace agreement with the Palestinian Authority. This agreement aimed to advance the peace process but faced significant opposition from hardliners in Israel. Economic reforms. Netanyahu implemented economic reforms known as the Netanyahu Plan, aimed at reducing inflation and spurring economic growth. These policies were controversial but ultimately led to economic stability. Strained U.S.-Israel relations. Netanyahu's relationship with the United States was often strained, particularly with President Bill Clinton. Disagreements over the peace process and other issues led to tensions between the two leaders. Despite his accomplishments, Netanyahu's first term as prime minister was marred by political infighting, including conflicts within his coalition government. In 1999, he lost the election to Ehud Barak, who became the next prime minister. Years in the opposition. Following his defeat in 1999, Netanyahu spent several years in the political opposition. During this time, he continued to play a prominent role in Likud and sought to position himself as a strong conservative leader, advocating for a more assertive foreign policy and security approach. His years in the opposition were not without controversy and challenges. He faced internal rivalries within the Likud party, particularly with Ariel Sharon, who was a prominent figure within the party. These internal divisions weakened Likud and its ability to challenge the ruling government. Return to power. Benjamin Netanyahu's return to power began with his election as the chairman of the Likud party in 2005. His leadership was characterized by a strong stance on national security and a tough approach to dealing with Israel's adversaries. His party's election victory in 2009 led to his second term as prime minister. Second term as prime minister, 2009 to 2013. Netanyahu's second term as prime minister saw several significant developments. Iranian nuclear threat. A central focus of his government was addressing the Iranian nuclear program. Netanyahu raised global awareness about the issue and called for strong international action to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. Settlement expansion. His government's stance on the construction of Israeli settlements in the West Bank drew international criticism. The issue of settlements remained a major point of contention in negotiations with the Palestinians. Operation Cast Lead. In 2008 to 2009, Israel launched Operation Cast Lead, a military campaign in the Gaza Strip in response to rocket attacks from Hamas. The operation was criticized for civilian casualties and damage to infrastructure. Negotiations with the Palestinians. Netanyahu engaged in peace negotiations with the Palestinians, but progress was limited due to disagreements over core issues, such as borders, security, and the status of Jerusalem. Third term as prime minister, 2013 to 2019. In the 2013 elections, Netanyahu secured a third term as prime minister. During this time, his government faced several complex challenges and conflicts. Relations with the United States. Tensions with the United States escalated as Netanyahu openly opposed the Iran nuclear deal negotiated by the Obama administration. His controversial speech to the U.S. Congress in 2015, without prior consultation with the White House, strained U.S.-Israel relations. Operation Protective Edge. In 2014, Israel launched Operation Protective Edge in response to increased rocket attacks from Gaza. The operation aimed to weaken Hamas's capabilities but was criticized for civilian casualties and destruction. Struggles with coalition politics. Netanyahu's government faced internal disagreements and political challenges, leading to the dissolution of the Knesset and the call for early elections in 2015. Continued settlement expansion. The issue of Israeli settlements remained a contentious point in the peace process, with Netanyahu's government supporting further construction in the West Bank, leading to international criticism and tensions. Fourth term as prime minister, 2019 to 2021. Netanyahu won the 2019 elections, securing his fourth term as prime minister. His final term was marked by several notable events and challenges. Corruption charges. Netanyahu faced a legal battle as he was indicted on charges of bribery, fraud, and breach of trust in multiple corruption cases. These charges cast a shadow over his leadership and caused significant political turmoil in Israel. Annexation plans and peace agreements. His government proposed plans to annex parts of the West Bank, a move that was highly controversial and raised concerns internationally. Simultaneously, his administration was involved in brokering peace agreements with Arab nations, including the Abraham Accords, normalizing relations with the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. Response to COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic posed a significant challenge during his final term. Netanyahu's government faced criticism for its handling of the crisis, including economic repercussions in the administration of vaccines. End of prime ministership and political legacy. In June 2021, after a period of political deadlock and multiple elections, a diverse coalition in Israel was formed, resulting in the end of Netanyahu's long tenure as prime minister. His departure marked a significant shift in Israeli politics and leadership. Netanyahu's legacy is complex and subject to diverse interpretations. He is celebrated by many as a strong and determined leader who prioritized Israel's security and played a key role in international relations. His tenure was marked by significant achievements, including economic reforms, enhanced national security, and diplomatic successes like the Abraham Accords. However, he also faced criticism and controversy, particularly regarding his handling of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, strained relations with the United States, and the cloud of corruption charges during his later years in office. Post-prime ministerial career. Following his time as prime minister, Netanyahu remained a prominent figure in Israeli politics. He continued to play a significant role within the Likud party, maintaining his influence and addressing his legal challenges. While his political future remained uncertain due to the legal proceedings against him, Netanyahu's impact on Israeli politics and international affairs continued to be felt, reflecting the enduring legacy of his lengthy and influential career. Benjamin Netanyahu's biography is one of a man deeply committed to his country, marked by a career filled with both accomplishments and controversies. His leadership style, staunch advocacy for Israel's security, and his approach to diplomatic relations have left an indelible mark on Israeli politics and the broader Middle Eastern landscape. As he navigated the complexities of Israeli politics and the challenges of the region, Netanyahu's legacy remains a subject of ongoing debate and analysis, reflecting the intricate nature of leadership in a nation fraught with historical, political, and security complexities. Regardless of differing opinions, his impact on Israel and the global stage cannot be denied, making him a central figure in the history of the nation.